Kachu gam b'inyan bein hamatzorim. So it is in these 3 weeks. Shebe'em korim la'olam Parshas Massei, that we always read Parshas Massei in these 3 terrible, terrible weeks from when the temple was broken, the walls were broken into until it was destroyed totally. She'enyanim shegormu l'bein hamatzorim. What are the things that caused these 3 terrible weeks, the destruction of the temple, the slaughter of millions and millions of Jews, being driven from our land, being driven from our identity? If it was not that they got mixed in what's called the evil impulse, selfishness, you could transform these 3 weeks into holiness and happiness. Ledugmas, for instance, Cheda Egel, the sin of the golden calf. The sin of the golden calf, this is the source of all sins that come afterwards. Harebi Old Yadu, it is known. Why did the Jewish people sin with the golden calf? Because the Jewish people Hidbona knew. If think about it for a second, what in the world did they do, the Jewish people? They saw God at Mount Sinai, their souls jumped out of their bodies. God told them, don't worship idols. And what did they do? Of all things, they worshipped a cow. Oh man, I think that's really bad news. The cow. And they had to make a cow. I understand if they would worship the sky or something like that, or worship the ground. At least there's something to it. You know, the sky gives rain, the ground, everything grows from the ground. It's also forbidden, but it's not stupid. Right? Well, worshiping a cow. Why do they worship a cow? You're trading a cow for the creator of the universe. Huh? That makes no sense.
Could have been a monkey.
Huh?
Why not a monkey?
Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Mipenei, sure. Why? Because it says that when they went across the Yam Suf, the sea split and all the water split. All the heavens split. And they saw all these spiritual levels of creation. And one of the things they saw was the chariot with the 4 faces of animals around it. You look in the prophecy of Ezekiel and the prophecy of Isaiah, and the dominant face on this chariot of God is the face of the ox. So when they were going across Yam Suf, they saw the face of the ox, and they said, this is the God who's taking us out of Egypt. Penei Shur Sheba Merkava, it says the face of the ox on the chariot. Beshat Matan Torah, at the time of Matan Torah, let me just finish this paragraph. Nimsa, so it comes out, she'afilu inyan kazeh, even such a high, beautiful thing as seeing the face of the ox, that says the face of the ox is the source of all of the permissible animals in the world. Billions and billions of cows and sheep and goats, they all come from this face of the ox. It's pretty good. It says even such a good thing like this is the source of life. Life is so precious. Right? Life is so precious. The source of such a good thing can transform into an evil thing, an idolatry. Ad lecheda egel. Hari kasheru b'charta b'chayim. But if a person chooses life, and there's a choice there. Azai then moneim et achet. Then he can prevent the sin. V'yoter al kain, and even more. Here, even more. Menatzlim inyan zeh, you can use this power for a high level in holiness. Ad litbonen b'mirkava, until you can meditate in this upper chariot of God. Like it says, alfei shinan, there are thousands and tens of thousands and billions and tens of billions of angels. L'mayla mima shara Yechezkel ben Buzi, even higher than what Yechezkel ben Buzi saw in his prophecy. So why do bad things happen? Bad things happen to give us an opportunity to use our free will to choose good. Menatzlim, using. Use. Menatzel means to use. Like we find that here's a terrible example. There was a Jew called Yerovam ben Navat. Yerovam ben Nevat, he became king of Israel. He took 10 tribes. There was a prophet that came to see him, Achi Hashiloni, and said that the Jewish people are dissatisfied with their king. It was the son of King Solomon, Rechavam. And they were dissatisfied with him. He said, you take 10 tribes and split the kingdom. You're going to go up to the north. You'll take the 10 tribes in the north. 10 tribes are going to be called Israel, and 2 tribes are going to be in the south. They're going to be called Yehuda. It says Yerovam ben Nevat, he didn't want people to go back down to Yehuda, because in Yehuda was the Holy Temple. So he didn't want people to go down to the Holy Temple because he figured they might stay there. So what did he do? He put guards, and he built 2 big golden calves. 2 big golden calves. This is like 500 years after the Jewish people worshipped the golden calf in the desert. But you could see it was the Bible. It's written in there clearly. Right? Don't worship the golden calf. Not good. Made 2 big golden calves, and everybody said, you're our man. Right? And he made all the Jewish people worship these 2 golden calves. It says, Yerovam ben Nevat kasher HaMishnah Rotzel HaVidugmo. The Mishnah in Sanhedrin wants to bring an example of a person that sinned and made everybody else sin. It brings Yerovam ben Nevat. Nevertheless, it says in the Gemara that Yerovam ben Nevat was such a genius that he could learn Kuf Gimel Panim. He could learn 103 different interpretations, Torah Takahanim, in the book Midrash, called Torah Takahanim, that I think it's Sifra. Every sentence in the book of Vayikra, Leviticus, he could learn 103 different interpretations on every sentence in the book of Leviticus. Proper interpretations, not foolish things. V'hu mitchaseh b'simla chadasha. It says he put on a new garment. V'shneim, him and Achi Hashiloni, sat together in the field and they learned Torah. Hulamad b'yachad im Achi Hashiloni v'chirush chidushim ke'elu. And he made connections in the Torah, novel ideas. Shirak shneim yochelu lozot, that only the 2 of them could understand. This is Achi Hashiloni, hundreds of years later, even more. I mean, it was actually almost 2,000 years later, he taught the Baal Shem Tov.